we're in this to win this.
I guess.
He's in it to win it.
I guess.
So, you guys are now in the Forgotten City, into the underbelly of the castle, leading to this underground, large courtyard area where it seems there's shops and other things have been placed in here, and it's a whole underground settlement down here, underneath the capital. The castle capital. I don't know why I couldn't say those two.
Capel?
The capital.
The capistol.
Capital.
The capsule.
What is this, New York?
Oh!
And
I
I'm
don't know what that
walking
means.
him,
It's a
right?
big apple.
Ah, I see. Yeah, Christopher Walken.
It's a little pear.
So, you guys are now there. And you guys are in the training area.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these two are. I'm walking there still, apparently.
Yes.
That's a big shield.
So yeah, you were allowed entrance into the training area.
Do I see the old crotchety man?
You see Cal being reprimanded and smacked with a stick by a short little old man who just has like the full-on long hair. He looks like have you ever seen Kill Bill?
I have a brand on my bike.
He looks like the sensei.
He's an ex. Princess Fine.
Just like that super long, like flowy white hair that's just very thin.
Lovely.
That's him.
I get the rat from Kung Fu Panda, Master Shifu. What is his name? That guy.
Mm-hmm. Similar. But you just hear him just going, "You're doing it wrong, you fool! Do it better."
Oh! I do it better.
Okay.
Yeah.
As he's saying that, you see him just go, "What do you want?" and turn around and look at you, like, down the way a little bit.
I lift up my shield, says, I'm trying to get it all tested out.
"Oh, come here then, I'll hit you."
I walk up to him and I brace the shield.
Alright. How good are you at bracing things?
It's been my job ever since I was part of a Knight's Order.
Oh, good. Hopefully your Knight's Order doesn't fall again. Now let's test this strength. And you see he goes ahead and walks up to it, and you see he just puts his hand on the shield. Let me go ahead and roll for Aether real quick to see how destructive this is going to be.
Natural one.
Hopefully.
Breaks the shield. It breaks the shield.
88.
Well,
Do I have to roll counter to that or something?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a D100 to go ahead and, are you trying to just use your bracing, are you trying to use Aether to brace it, or are you trying to just brace yourself in general?
Both, I guess, at that point.
Which one?
Oh, it has to be one or the other. I guess it would probably be using Aether to try and brace.
Okay.
It would probably be a mixture of... I'll probably mostly use the air aspect as a way to pretty much create pressure between us, as if to almost make it a barrier between the two.
Interesting, okay. Condensing air in between.
Yeah, and pretty well, it would almost look as if the shield had like... it almost looks like a cloud would form in front of the shield in a sense, and it would look as if it would slightly be outset from it.
Okay.
Like kind of like a Yasuo wind wall
Yeah.
equivalency.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me the D100 to see what your control of this is. What?
99.
Oh, that is really good control. Okay, roll it.
I literally just like dropped it. I just let it see where it went. I just see a 9, and then I was like, wait, which one's which? Oh wait, there's all the same. Oh.
Go ahead and roll me the D20.
Okay. That would be a 17 base.
17 base. Okay. He puts his hand on the shield, and you guys watch him just close his eyes and then open them up again, and then an intense wave of Aether just kind of emanates from him. The shield holds up. You start to power the shield, and you see the runes and the pathways of spirit metal on the shield start to just glow and kind of create this almost like wispy like smoke almost coming from the very spirit metal, creating this this kind of protective barrier in front. Right before he just goes, "All right," and then sends out an enormous shockwave the shield, you get pushed back a good like 15 feet, but you don't just go flying. There is that wave that you caught just gets cascaded outwards. You see the whole ground in front of you in a line just.
Kind of like cut a line as if like you drag a shovel across the ground.
Yep, and it's pretty deep. About like 2 feet deep in just a. Well, you are good at defense. You can learn a thing or two from him.
Oh.
That's all he says this time.
Good. Well, I'm gonna drink my afternoon tea. You can join me. You keep training.
Oh.
Thank you.
Goes ahead and there's a small little like shack right there, and he walks over and starts to pour some tea. Gets you a small little teacup, just hands it to you. Don't worry, it's extra poisoned. Pours himself one. Goes ahead and just sits down, crosses his legs, and lays his little wooden staff across his lap.
I'll try to do the same with my shield and hopefully not fail.
Okay.
It's a table for him.
Yeah, you basically put a table.
Make myself a table, yeah. Like I go cross-legged, I just make myself a free table out of my shield.
I can't wait until you get like legs attached to it that can fold out and fold in.
It's a folding card
Oh,
table
I
used at
swear.
Thanksgiving.
They'll convince me of it eventually, but right now I'm just like, this is just my equipment. I don't think that way.
But
Don't convince me.
you put it on the shield and you just start eating, or you start drinking, and he just goes, "So what brings you out here?"
I'm returning after such a long time that the only person I knew anymore, let me pull up the notes here,
Good job.
was Old Man Gregor. And he noticed, I guess, that I had the powers, and I guess he must have realized that the ring I once wore was this spirit metal that I now see as I kind of like trace the lines on my shield in front of him. And I just had Julian just make this all up for me, I guess. Although I'm just as exhausted as I ever could be. I'm honestly surprised I was even able to hold you back whatsoever.
Well,
How exhausted I feel.
I hold back a little bit. I didn't want to kill you, but that was impressive nonetheless. Good work.
I kind of like my eyes kind of half droop and I thank him.
How are you feeling? A little exhausted from that?
Well, that plus I was just 2 hours at the forge.
That's fair. We're going to do it again about 5 more times. I hope you're ready.
I gave him like the death stare of, I feel like I'm back at Squire's training.
Good. You are no longer a knight, so you're yet but a squire once again. Let us do this some more, yes?
Finish up a lap of tea and put down the cup carefully and stand back up.
Oh, I didn't say we were going to continue right now. I'm still enjoying my tea.
Your tea's over.
I fall back down. I don't even try and cross-leg anymore. I just fall down. My shield just kind of lays on top of me. I look like a dead guy under his shield.
That looks uncomfortable. Just keeps sitting there. You get like a good 10-minute nap in before you hear dong 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 dong. Wake up.
Hey, listen. Anyways.
You move the shield over and you just see, right as you move the shield over to like see, smacks you in the face with the stick.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
Okay.
you move the shield. Anyway, let's go.
I get back up.
And training starts again. What are you doing?
I just walked in. I'm kind of technically I'm just standing there in the training grounds. I'm not sure what to do yet. There's a lot going on.
What do you want?
Me?
Yes.
To
So you
see.
just kind of waddle up to you.
You also see this big knight collapse just after he's been training it for a little while.
Just you drop.
Foaming at the mouth a little bit.
Yeah, a little.
Careful with the table. You keep throwing it all around.
Do then. I'm not touching the table.
The way to go.
My feet are on the ground. My hands are on my lap.
Anyway.
Anyways. So, the lady up front, Mally, her, she's sitting back here, trying to get in touch with my Aether.
Right.
Have this, show him the quiver. It's doing something, I'm not quite sure.
A piece of junk, yes.
A piece of junk that shocks you, apparently, if you touch it. Mally learned that one the hard way. I need help.
I can see that. You suck at this.
Yeah, no, I do. I do.
At least you're taking it more gracefully than you are.
Oh!
I don't know what I'm doing. I need help.
What
I'm
are you?
just seeing just the wisps of smoke coming off of the gauntlets he's wearing right now, I'm guessing, or pretty
The
much wearing,
bracelets.
like bracelets.
Yeah. Yeah, your bracelets right now, they're like with just so much energy that's being dispersed out from it. It's absorbing it and dispersing it. So you're like, I can't make any headway. But you keep trying. You're like, light, no. Darkness, no. Why? Then he goes, follow me. Stupid young ones don't even know what to use for infrared. Can't believe them. And just keeps muttering to himself as he just walks over and brings you to a platform that you recognize. It has the little 4 pillars with each of the symbols on them. This is what Oryx had.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and stand in the middle of it.
Okay.
Eleazar walks over, presses one of them, and it kind of like presses another one, and charges that one as well. All right. And creates this barrier around you. Now, you're going to be flooded with ether right now. It's gonna hurt.
Okay.
Go ahead and channel your ether. Do what you want to do.
How do I do that?
You want me to hit you with ether so you can feel what it feels like?
No. I don't think so.
He walks over and presses it, and it shuts down. Aether, and he holds his hand outward, and you see a beam of, like an orb of light in his palm of his hand, and then an orb of dark, a flame, and then air. All of these are my elements. Took me long years to get them all. These are what I have.
Okay.
Take each one of them, grabs the wind ball, and just goes. Go ahead and make me a strength saving throw.
Gonna have to remind me what ones to roll.
Strength. Go. It could be strength or dex save, your choice. Probably dexterity saving throw is probably gonna be the best bet.
Okay. And that's.
D20 plus your dexterity saving.
And that's the little number that we wrote in, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But you're proficient in them, are you not?
Yes.
Okay.
That is an 18.
18. Okay. You don't immediately get blasted away, but you are gonna take some damage. You take 6 points of slashing damage. As he tosses it at you, it bursted at you, and all these blade-like wind just go past you.
Okay.
Kind of cutting into you a little bit. Good. That's safer. And then he has the other one still. Grabs the fire one. Dodge this. Make another dex save.
Oh, Jesus. 13.
13. That is a failure. You take 18 points of fire damage as you're just incinerated by a column of fire that landed at your feet.
Lovely.
Are you still standing?
I think so, but I think I get your points. You can stop now.
Now we got the darkness.
No, I think I get your
Tosses
point.
it. Go ahead and make me. This one is going to be a strength saving throw.
Oh God, you're really trying to kill me. 12.
12, that's a failure. You immediately get pulled to the center of where that was and just pinned to the ground. It gets the white one, just throws it up. And as it tosses up in the air, you see it turn into a blade.
Lovely.
Dodges it. Drops it. Go ahead and make me a strength saving throw to see if you can resist the effects of this
Okay.
aura pool.
11.
11. Yeah.
You're really trying to kill me, bro.
Take 15 points of piercing damage as a blade of pure light just goes into you and it vanishes. Well, there's a lot of work you gotta be done.
Yeah, I realized that. I told you I got the point.
You got a little blood right here.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know. Oh.
Now, the feeling that you just got hit with, try to imagine that going through your body. You got it innately, I can see it all. Go in the center right there and start thinking about how it's gonna work.
Okay.
You're the cowboy now.
Cowboy now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine all that energy projecting outwards how you want it. What form does it take?
And this is the spirit, correct?
No, this is the ether.
Oh, this is the element. Right?
So,
I'm double checking.
To recap your aether is categorized into
Two elements, right?
2 categories, technically.
Primary and secondary.
No, hold on.
Wow, shit.
There's 2 categories. There's your manifest and your element.
Uh-huh.
Your manifest is how it appears, how your element comes into existence. So you have soul and spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So soul, you're able to summon it. So like how he summons a sword out of light, you can summon something out of your element. And then spirit is you're able to change the elements around you that correspond with your aether element, as well as other people's aether, to make it into a more favorable matchup for you.
Okay.
You're not getting it?
I think so. I think I am.
Somebody's using fire aether, you have water aether, you can transform potentially their fire aether into water and gain control of it.
Because it has the advantage.
Yes.
Okay.
Not really advantage,
Well,
but more
not
so
advantage, but...
because soul is summoning things, spirit is transmuting, changing something, body is enhancing something innately to you or something you're holding.
So I can summon and then change it?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Because of the soul and the spirit. Okay.
You can give it shape and but with this experiment, you have no limit to your aether. So you're able to create crazy things. It just all depends on what you imagine, how you envision.
Okay.
So, what are you going to try to make?
And it can be anything.
What are you trying to make? Are you trying to make a tidal, or no, your elements are earth and light. So are you trying to affect the earth to make an earthquake? Are you trying to combine them to grow plants? Are you trying to make something happen? Because we talked about what your perception of light is.
Mm-hmm. And that was emotional.
Yes, emotions.
So I would use my elements. So use the manifest I have to affect the elements I also have.
Yes.
So in the theory of I can manifest an earthquake, I could also manifest like a mountain in front of me if I chose to do so. Right? Okay, then I'm gonna do that.
It all depends on your current strength and your ability to do it.
Okay. We'll not do that large, but we'll start small.
Okay.
Just
Make
what's
a
it
mountain
called?
out of a molehill.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me the D100. 2 10-sided dice.
2 10s.
You know how there's the one that has like the 60,
D-
20?
These two.
Yes.
Okay. 44.
44. Okay. Not great.
Not great.
But because you have so much aether, you're focusing outwards. And you guys see just a little bit of mound of dirt just kind of like little rocks starting to roll onto themselves and kind of break themselves down into like a dirt-like substance that they keep building on top of each other. And there's a good little mound now that's been formed.
That wasn't there before.
That was not there before. Okay. That's, it's a little sad.
I'm trying here, dude.
Try again.
Do I do it again?
Try again.
Do I roll again?
Yes, you do.
14.
14. Okay. Yeah, no.
That didn't work that time.
No. Well, you can't be any worse than him, so.
Oh!
Man, that's saying a lot, because this is not hot.
How's it going?
Just great.
So, going back to you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to use all that I have because what he has on his own isn't working. So I'm gonna try to use Fieldar. Do the same thing I did before, where I wrap the chains around both my hands, and I'm going to try to create a very small shard, like I do with my needle. I want to use dark and light to do it.
Okay.
I want to use the dark to kind of like a gravity well to condense my light, so it's very, very condensed, and then slowly grow from there.
Okay. You clasp your hands together and focus just so intently. You slowly open your hands, and you just in the very center, in between your hands, you're able to create sparks. They're not absorbing that; they're absorbing big shows of power. But you're condensing it so tightly. Go ahead and make me a D100 check.
98.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. So, you're using light. You see a little mote of light. And then darkness just, like a black hole, start to just spiral in on it. You see little wisps of light in the disc just starting to like try to peek through, but being just absorbed by the darkness, holding it and condensing it, tempering it. Go ahead and roll me another D100 check. Because you are hyper condensing this.
That's going to be 77.
It's starting to become a little more unstable. Roll one more time. If it's below a 60...
82.
Okay. It doesn't explode on you. It's sparking now. It is about the size of a pea within the palm of your hand. What do you do?
Well, I'm going to try to make sure that there's always more dark energy for the gravity to be condensing.
Okay.
And then, so I'm going to try to grow the dark power. And then once it's reached like an encasing big enough, then I'll fill it with light. And I'll keep doing that, repeating the process till I can make it big enough.
Just back and forth, back and forth?
Back and forth.
Okay, this is going to make it more unstable.
Okay.
Because you're layering each
And
thing.
the reason why I brought out the chains is I want them to wrap around the sword now instead of my arms, so they can keep it
Okay,
together.
I like it. So you are just creating this fusion of a sphere within the palm of your hand, continuously. Go ahead and roll me another D100 because this is taking extreme control.
That is a 71.
You're good still. It's getting a little lower.
Getting lower.
Okay, you add another layer of darkness over it. Now it's time to add light. Go ahead and roll them again.
No D20s for any of
No
this?
D100, no. Because you are going purely on control.
It's 93 actually.
Nice. You inject
I'm getting lucky.
light into it, and it's now around the size of like, maybe about like this, like a peach pit. Like that amount of like energy has now grown to that, and you feel your hands are heavy, and like you feel like you could topple over if you let yourself, with how much condensed and density this has in it. You gonna try more?
Well, now with this, I'm going to try to Not entirely, but I want to use petrification magic, well, aether, to strengthen the shell.
Of the sphere?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you're talking to Tyrael?
Let's see what we can do.
What do you need of me now?
I want you to encase my power. Make sure it doesn't go volatile.
Is this all you require?
I know you can do it.
Then let it be done. As it's... You see the stone-like petrification formation start to... around it. You see, like, the black quartz just barely creating this shell around it. What do you do?
Is it stabler? More stable?
It's still very unstable, but slightly stable.
Okay.
Slightly more stable than it was before.
Okay. Now I'm going to try to...
At this point, I will say, you start to see the glyphs glow again on the cuffs.
Okay. But I have all this energy here condensed.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was trying to trick it to think it was a little bit. So now I'll try to expand it all at once with just all that energy in there. Just copying what I just did, but turning it into like a short sword.
Okay. Go ahead and roll again.
Okay, still with the petrification, the chains,
Yep.
all of it.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 74.
You're still good. As you have this in the palm of your hand and you just go expand outwards, you see it extend into this long sword that all the chains start to hold it together, and you're just barely holding onto this blade. You see the chains dig in even deeper. They kind of start to burn almost.
Mm-hmm.
But something you didn't account for, the chains start to travel up your arm even further. You are feeling weakened. But you see the sword itself, now that you're physically holding it, this is like you're holding easily like 200 pounds with just your arm. It is just enormously heavy. Go ahead and roll me a strength check. Athletics, actually, would be.
Okay, that's better. Athletics?
Yes.
That is
DC 20.
25.
You hold it. It is not falling,
Mm-hmm.
but it is very unwieldy. And you're like having to hold it with two hands, and you see the glyphs are now trying to absorb this. What do you do?
I'll keep growing it. In Cal's mind, he is outrunning the bracelets.
Okay.
He wants to, because he saw the old man do it. That's basically what he's doing. Is he's outrunning it.
Okay.
He does too much power at once. So.
Okay. They start to. You see little bits of the stone start to just peel off and just turn into energy and flow into the bracelets. What do you do?
I'll go back to strengthening it.
Okay, you go back to strengthening it even more. You guys are watching in disbelief as he doesn't realize it, but the gauntlets or the rings that he's wearing on his wrists are bright. They're creating like this is like a pretty well lit area, but it's still underground. It's like you're walking outside. It just created this amount of light. The blade, the weapon that he's summoning out of his energy, is creating this almost like repelling and attracting field. Like your body feels like it wants to just like shake and sway back and forth away and to the center where the sword is. You start to see little bits of the earth break and kind of go into like a stasis midair around you. You are creating a natural disaster right now, potentially. So, you continue to charge and charge and charge. What are you doing?
At this point, I don't really care about the shape. I feel like that's just going to be making it harder.
Okay.
So just a bar, it could be crooked. I don't really care.
Okay.
Because the only purpose of this is to block his blow.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. It's just something I can use. So I'm going to. I'm going to try to use more of Fieldar now.
Okay.
I'm going to try to use summoning on Fieldar.
Soul?
Soul, yeah. Because the way how I envision light and dark is divinity.
Mm-hmm. I'm aware.
And that's what I'm going to try to do.
As you start to channel this in, your face itself, there is veins popping in your face right now. You are so intently focused with your cow face. You have just drool coming out of your big old nose.
I'm really concentrated.
You are so
I'm
concentrated.
about to Black Flash.
And you are focused so intensely on this one thing. You hear a snap, and you see the visage of that shard that lives within you, resting in a chair just... Why?
Why what?
Why have you called me?
I need to get stronger. You know this.
For what? To prove it to that old man?
No, I have big goals.
Yes, you have big goals. You wish to kill my siblings. I'm aware. Even when you think I'm not there, I'm still listening.
I know. I always speak what I mean.
So you wish to kill me and my siblings?
I don't wish to kill you. I just have a lot of hatred. And I have a lot of protectiveness built into me. Could be from you, could be from Calamitous. Could be an offspring of both of you.
Make a persuasion check.
22.
Cal, there are things that you do not even know. The power that you're wielding and asking for, that will mark and brand you. Are you ready for such a task?
This may sound cheesy, but I think I was born for this. Literally.
I cannot be for certain what will happen next. However, I do believe continuing down this path and borrowing more of my power will lead you down a detrimental path. Powerful for sure, but detrimental.
How so?
The 22 always watch, always seek. Should you continue this, you would show potential for a new host.
I've had an ally in the 22. You know this. And I know that a lot of people in the 22 have free will still. Like orcs. Although they are forced into meetings, I think that we can power through.
Is that what your true desire is?
Yes.
What is your perception of what these curses are?
22 curses?
Yes.
I think there's something more powerful than the gods, than you. I think I don't know much about your history, of course. I don't ask too many questions. I wouldn't remember it. But I do remember that you guys were blacked out before. And it was because of the 22, or the flame, or whatever they called it.
To my recollection, it's less of the imprisonment chambers are what blocked the sun. What they call the Great Flame, is what blocked the sun, their prison. It was not the power of divinity.
There's a higher power, which is why I believe that not only do I need to get stronger, but the gods do too.
You would risk everything to prove a point.
I would risk everything to unseat them so that I can do their job for them.
Why do you wish to unseat the gods, other than the fact that Pelor's sun was blacked out, was covered?
I know there's something out there that's more powerful than you guys. There's something that you guys couldn't beat and you're just hiding from or waiting for. And I think we have this power, we should use it.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh. That's 26.
26.
Paladin.
Mm-hmm. Where does your power come from?
Which power?
Divinity. The power of your paladin.
Comes from me.
You believe in yourself so strongly?
My oath.
And why do you hold this oath? Why do you hold this belief that you can rise to the occasion, rise above the gods?
I can't answer that. It's a driving force.
Are you serious? You really want to take on the gods?
Hopefully not all of them. I do find some of them favorable.
Alright. Make another persuasion check.
That's 22.
I'll let you go along with this plan. We'll see how far it may go. And if the gods strike you down, I'll be the first to tell you I told you so. But I'll stick around a bit longer, I think. This is interesting.
You mentioned a church in this area.
Yes, I did.
Where can I find it?
On the grounds here. Everywhere really is secretly a sect of my lineage. But if you're looking for the true church of Fiota, go into the main city. Ask around.
Do you have a symbol?
There is no symbol. But if you do manage to see a hammer with a chain attached to it, attached to the end of it, that's been represented by me.
Keep that in mind.
You're an interesting cow. Go on. And as he lets his hand outwards, you see a torrent of black chains wrap around you and just start to cover you and kind of almost like a mummy just bind you until you just see them across your antlers and you see them about to cross over your eyes. Where he just gives a smile underneath the hood. You can't even see that the rest of the face, only the smile. As the eyes get fully covered. Your eyes open again, and you're holding the sword once again. The chains wrapping around it even more. What do you do?
I just got an ego boost.
Yes, you did.
So, I'm gonna do what an ego boost person does. And I'm going to try to make the thing I told the Gramps to make. I'm gonna go for a big cleave.
You channel in. Go ahead and roll me another D100.
Okay. 85.
It starts to that light energy that it condenses together to create a long pole, and you just see a large blade of a cleaver start to appear out from it, creating basically an enormous axe. As you're holding onto this, make me another strength check, athletics check, to see how well you can hold this thing.
Oh, that's better than before. It's at 27.
27. It's barely holding on.
Yeah, I bet. It's heavy.
Yeah. And you see the monk now just turns around.
Well, that's not good. Why are the bracelets not working?
He looks closely.
Oh, they are. Oh, those are gonna break soon. That's not good. Hey, Cal, you need to put more bracelets on.
working?
As you you raise it,
Yeah.
do you slam it onto him?
I don't know. No.
Okay.
I give him a look first. Like, you ready?
Maybe not.
Oh.
As you look around, and at this moment, everybody on this training ground have evacuated. There is guards around you, and you see, and you look over, and you just see like a flaming comet appear, and you see Mally with the hammer embedded into the ground and the pole kind of at an angle, and she's standing on the pole at an angle, like a witch arriving in a broom, riding on her hammer. She hops off and that's enough.
Okay, where do I put it?
Oh boy.
I gotta release it somewhere.
She takes a few steps forward.
Okay. Now?
She's just standing there looking at you with her arms open.
I can't tell if you're like being a hero right now and trying to just take the blow, or if you're gonna block it.
Give it to me.
Okay.
As you guys have never felt more pressure, and as he's bringing it down, almost like he feels like the ground starting to want to go towards this enormous gravity well that you've created. And in a split second, you guys feel all of the heat and cold and existence, feeling, sensation vanish. And you continue forward, and in that instance, all feeling comes back to you, and your fists boom, hit the ground. There is no blade. And you just see her just... Okay, that was it. And then an immediate earthquake in the very far distance. Okay.
I did it, boss.
You go, I did it, boss, and then just the bracelets crumble to ash.
Yeah, you did it.
I need a nap, though. Yeah.
You see, she walks over to you and just kind of puts her hammer onto your chest. Don't do that again, please.
I'm asleep.
Okay. Lifts the hammer off and just starts to kind of walk over to you guys, kind of hobbling almost. All of her energy is just immediately drained. She was perfectly fine and confident, and now she looks like she's been through a war. in just an instant, a second.
I walk up to her and I say, "May I?"
Maybe what? What?
I start to channel Aether into my palm as if to transfer.
Gladly. It just grabs you, and immediately you feel like somebody stuck a Capri Sun straw in you, and just like you like all of your energy is just like just drained so fast. You immediately fall to your knees, and she lets go. Thanks, champ. Whew.
Did lay on hands even help me in this situation?
Nope.
What did my fur change at all?
It burned a lot.
Did the color did change though?
Almost like up the arms and kind of across the chest is like mainly that white, but you see smatterings of like dark in it. Kind of like a speckled now. And she goes, okay. Who's up for some dinner? Yeah? We got rooms up in the castle.
I raise up my hand and it just falls right back down.
Yeah, me too. Okay. And you see part of her armor is like charred where it wasn't before. Okay. Nice. How are you?
I'm fine. Are you okay?
Not really.
As you have a little hill and you're like.
I'm standing with my little map.
Well, you were standing where your mound was, and then
It's gone.
and you look forward, and it's just been like pushed over to where the gravity well was.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, let's get some sleep. Starts to go over and just goes, can you just grab him? And they go, oh yeah. And they grab you and just start dragging you. They're like, we need more people. It takes like 4 people to just start dragging you. Your antlers as you continue on.
I'm used to it.
I have an idea and I kind of toss my shield in that direction.
Thank you. As they just put him on top and just start scraping it. Makes it go faster.
Is Yvonne coming with us?
Oh, yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Dog goes, well, that was weird.
That was cool.
Well, oh man, I wish I could do that.
I think a force just blew up. Oh well. Balance.
Harmony. But yeah. You got to see a glimpse into her power. So, you guys are now going and getting your own rooms. There's a castle above you guys that is fully furnished. So it brings you up into your own individual rooms. Kind of lets it. They're not like royal palace furnishing. It's the minimum. It's enough to get you guys by. But up in here, what are you guys doing that are conscious? You're out. What are you doing?
What am
I
I
know
doing?
I'm out too. I'm unconscious.
I'm the only one awake.
Then you're the only one awake.
I'm the only one awake.
Yeah.
So what are you doing in your room right now?
I'm trying to figure out what the hell just happened.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm a little.
Push me.
I'm a little nervy. I'm a little. I don't know. I guess because my character doesn't have obviously that, and so it's one of those things like, is that what's gonna happen to me? Is that what's gonna happen? So I think she's really kind of going through the motions to figure out who are these people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what she's thinking of right now.
Okay.
She's scared to do anything. She's in pain.
Yeah.
I'm still in pain. So I'm just kind of hanging out and trying to figure out who these people are, what brought them here, and how to get in with them. Yeah, how to get in with them because she wants to be a part of it.
Yep. About. You can leave your room if you want to, but
I'm gonna explore a little bit.
okay.
Let's go explore the castle.
Go ahead and make me just make me an investigation check.
17.
17? Are you serious right now? Can't be.
Okay.
Not allowed. Not allowed.
Not allowed. So, man, my eyes are watering with that. So anyway, you continue to just explore this place. Yeah, what are you looking for specifically?
Nothing really specific. I guess maybe more clues because now that I know we're in this area, my long-lasting impression on them from when I was a child. Let's see what I can find out about that.
Okay. You end up finding the library, actually.
Oh, perfect.
Mhm.
Because I hate reading.
Yes. You just leave.
No, I was kidding. I was
Okay.
kidding. I was kidding. No, I'm gonna do some investigation there because there's got to be something.
Okay, what are you looking for specifically?
Grievances, like why? History of their raids, I guess, and like the reasoning behind them.
Okay. So you make investigation check.
You gonna yell at me if it's another 17?
Yep.
It's not. It's 10. You yell at me later. It's fine.
Okay. Well, so with a 17, roll me a history check as well.
14.
14. Yeah, with that, you're looking through some of the books. You're grabbing a few of them kind of off the shelves and bringing them to a little table, kind of reading through them. These books are old, but you're starting to read through them, and a few of them are like in crazy languages, and you find a book in Celestial, and you're like, I haven't read that in a while. You grab the book and you start flipping through it. You learn that this kingdom once existed here, which, let me check the name of it real quick because I don't remember it.
This one will be Almoreth.
Almoreth, that's right. So this was the original kingdom, was Almoreth. So there was originally in these lands not that many kingdoms. So there was, that's the wrong piece of paper. I have so many notes here. Apologies.
Apologize harder.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry.
You have to edit that out.
I'm not gonna edit it out.
Thank you, Abram.
You're welcome. See?
Yeah, I can't find that. Okay, that's weird. Okay. Whatever the case. So that was, you end up finding out that there was a few different nations here within this specific part of the continent. There was originally Almoreth, and they ruled for a very long time. They ruled for around, it was an empire that, it was originally like a small country that eventually became an empire over the course of around like 400 or so years. And it was a very proud empire, very just and very regal, and they ruled the majority of this land, even more so than Etheria today. But the current king of that era was very corrupt and was very just a very bad guy, not a great emperor at all. So one of the nation states within there was known as Geisland, and they were, I don't know why I said it like that, Geisland. So
Nice land.
yeah. So Geisland ended up becoming, it was originally just a large tribe within that country. But then in a fierce conflict between them and Winmora, they fought against each other and they joined the fight and turned the tide of the battle because they were the ones who were in tune with Aether. That tribe was. So because they were so in tune with it, he ended up saying, okay, the land where you have your village, I'm going to expand that outwards, and that's going to be yours. I'm going to make it into a state within my nation, and you are going to rule over it. And that became Geisland or Geisdale. So within that area, they were strong and prevalent, and then his son was even more corrupt, and it was his son that started to turn everybody away from the original ways. That caused the original king, the first quote-unquote king of Geisland, to then say enough is enough, and united the other nation states around them, caused a civil war within the nation, and that's when they raided it with other nations around and destroyed Almoreth. And that's when Almoreth became the Forgotten City, their capital. So that kingdom fell, and that kingdom rose from its ashes, and everybody was already in agreement of following them. Their lands were pushed back again because all these other nations didn't have to worry about them anymore. So it was a back and forth war. Hundreds of years later, there was a coup d'etat within that nation. Then that nation fell. Then we have Etheria. Etheria has always hungered to increase that land, to increase the empire to be as strong, if not stronger, than Almoreth was.
Okay.
So they will continuously progress and push outwards as far as they can.
And the words, they'll do anything it takes, basically.
Pretty much.
They're power hungry.
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
Good to know.
1940s Germany. Like, they want more.
See Kyle.
Okay. So, all of them are... So they are all wanting to get that. So that's what that is. That's what you get from reading. That's why they would do these raids.
Okay. Are these guys awake yet?
Are we?
You would.
I mean, I literally passed out from Aether Drain, essentially.
Yeah, you would wake up. You'd be like very groggy and exhausted, but you'd wake up. You would dead asleep.
Dead tired.
Okay.
But your shield is next to you.
Right, everything goes. My guy, of course, groggily gets up. He decides to try and retour the castle to see why it's so familiar and why it's still here in the first place.
Mhm.
All of that.
So
Where does he wander to, I guess?
you would kind of wander the rest of the halls and just kind of try to find some sort of familiarity. And you are finding familiarity, but it's more so like false. Like it's not enough to make it like, yes, I remember this specifically. This is good. It's more so everything here feels like there's just a little bit of corruption. Like it's not quite what it once was.
Okay. So it's almost recreated rather than...
It kind of feels like that, like recreated it but preserved in that recreation.
I try to make my way to the old hall where the king and queen used to take guests, essentially.
You go in there and you see that there's been turned into a council room, and you peer in, and there is two people there talking. There is Mally, who's sitting there, and then there's also the guy with the crows, and it looks like they're at a table just kind of talking, and you see him just kind of turn his head and look up to you.
I kind of just wave my hand and close the door.
Okay, you close the door. They both kind of give each other like cursory glances as the door closes.
Okay. I proceed to try and find my old stationery.
Yeah, that would be in the main courtyard area of the, not like the down below basement, courtyard.
This would be the open area.
This would be
above.
the open area above, exactly. There is an old guard stationed there, but you do get there, and there is soldiers there. Still, it's still outfitted and updated for current weaponry.
Okay.
But you do see that all of them are a very similar make of the one that made your shield. That revised your shield.
The revised sigil.
Yes.
I try and see if I can have them direct me to the current captain.
The current captain, yeah, that would be him over there.
And points over, and you see there's what looks like a trash pile almost, and things are just kind of like toppling over and moving in there.
Okay. I guess I inspect it closer.
Okay, you walk over, and you just see like emerging out from it is the large human with the great sword that you met earlier. You guys just
That was a good nap.
turns around.
Oh, hey.
Ask him when did the sigil change to this one? And I actually point at my shield.
Oh no, the sigil that is on their stuff is the sigil of the craftsman, his stamp. You saw his stamp on
the sun symbol.
Yeah, you've seen that sun symbol on multiple of the weapons that he had kind of crafted, not on the Spirit Forge, but this one.
Oh, okay.
So, but you are seeing that symbol on their weaponry.
Is that the same symbol on my shield, though?
No.
So the one that's on my shield now is of the old.
Yes.
Okay.
He recreated the old crest and gave it to you.
I still reciprocate the same question then. When's the last time you've seen this symbol?
That symbol? I think I found some banners in the downstairs basement of one of the cellars, I think.
Did you guide me there?
Sure. Starts to kind of walk, and you're starting to see the greatsword in better detail now. That tuft of like leaves, it almost looks like as he gets into like the sunlight, like it's kind of peeking through the trees there in this like courtyard area. When the sun touches the leaves, they almost like react and kind of shift a little.
Okay.
But he continues to just walk on by. And you see that there's like these two kids fighting with swords, and when I'm like, Gah! He's like, oh no, ah! The big guy just goes,
Hey, play nicely. Go for the throat. They'll die faster.
kind of walks over. He's like, okay, bonk! He hits him with a wooden sword just like in the neck. He goes, ow! Just continues to walk.
You know, girls.
Like, I kind of give the big guy a look, and I look at the kid, and I said, practice it that way, but be careful not to break each other's throats at the same time, guys. And then keep walking with him as well.
Okay. Whack! Ow!
Hits him even harder.
Yep.
Hopefully.
My leg!
My leg! Hi.
Hi.
Give me a little look there.
Just looking.
So he ends up leading you over to like one of the cellars, and this is like a pretty big wine cellar in here with still barrels, long empty, a lot of them. Majority of them, so they're like they look like they're rotted out or been punctured, but there's a few of them that look like they're still in good standing. But he goes,
Where'd I see that?
and kind of walks through. Oh, here. Kind of moves a box over and then just brings out a banner and like.
It's kind of tattered and a little all over the place, but here.
Yeah, I go ahead and grab it, and I kind of inspect it.
Yeah, this looks like very, very old cloth. But it is a banner with the original symbol of Almorath.
I kind of look at him like, mind if I keep this? To reminder.
I mean, I probably would have used it to wipe my butt, but that works too.
I kind of, square my jaw a little bit, but I still put it in my pack.
You're all right, young one.
Kind of like taps your shoulder.
Oh wait, you're older than me. That's right. I don't really get the whole age thing super well. You know?
He kind of like taps the piece of his head that's missing.
So let's head back out to the courtyard then, I guess.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Starts to just.
As we're walking, I ask him, what exactly is the story behind with all of that?
Oh, what?
I tap the side of my head and I gesture towards him.
Oh, the went bye-bye. Yeah. So, when I was training and doing my Aether stuff, yeah, I kind of fought someone that I probably shouldn't have. Almost died. They hit me in the head pretty good with their sword. Cleaved it right off. Just went everywhere. But you know what I did? I touched it, and I kind of felt my brain a little. That was weird. And then threw blood in their face, and then killed them. Blinded it with my own blood. It was kind of crazy.
I kind of, just gave him a face of disbelief.
Yeah, those are times. I don't know how long ago, but those were times.
And just keeps walking.
Alright. And then I'm gonna make my way back and see what everybody else is up to from my group
Okay.
that I came in with.
As
what
you've
they're
been
up to.
walking with him for a while now, you're starting to see more of him that you're getting more into detail. You see on his shoulder there is a like a branding of what looks like the face of a lion.
Okay. Does it look the same as my tiger?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, hold on.
No, it looks like it's a symbol of something that he's permanently branded into himself.
I do gesture to that then as well. I ask him, what's that supposed to mean to you?
Oh, I'm the Herald of the Lion. Captain.
What does that mean?
Basically, I'm on the council, but I'm basically captain of the guard.
Oh, okay. So like, I don't think I've met anybody else. Like, it's the person who you had judges. Is that one of them?
Oh yeah, those are the different heralds. We have the heralds of the what are they called? The seasons, the springs and the winters and the other two, the autumn and the summer. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There's a few others out there too that don't really go to proceedings that much. And then we have the Herald of the Hammer, and that right there is Mally.
Mally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she was pretty tired earlier. Is she doing all right now?
Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh.
You didn't feel the earthquake earlier?
Oh. Yeah, I thought that was just
that was the
indigestion.
situation down below.
Oh, I thought I had a little heartburn or indigestion from that
Need
one.
some Pepto-Bismol.
And she used me like a really hard alcoholic drink and drained me dry, trying to recover.
Right. What an analogy.
It's a big word.
It's a big word.
I only learned it just last week.
Alright, well you take care, and I guess we'll see each other soon.
Alright, you have fun, Mr. Vidar. Vidar.
Vodos.
Vodos.
The dots.
Vodos. I like it.
I just walk away.
And you see him, as he turns to walk away, he just goes, Vodos. Vodos? What's a Vodos? And he just keeps walking.
They have a simpleton as the captain. That's lovely.
Love
Yeah, I
those.
proceed to kind of just continue my random walk throughout the area. What time is it at this point in the game?
At this point, you're looking at about like late afternoon, evening time.
Like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the time it is right now.
Basically.
Okay. Does Cal wake up yet?
Nope.
Bro's like dead.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
he's just out cold.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm counting cows right now.
Did anyone make sure he was
One cow,
still
two
alive, or?
Three, cow, 4.
5 cows, 6
Nobody
cows,
really checked
7
out that he
cows,
grunted
8
when he was being
cows,
slammed on my shield, I
Lord.
think.
I already say no one checked to see if this poor guy was still alive. Anyone check?
Can I go check my room?
So, you guys get check the room?
What's up?
You check the room? Cal's room?
Yeah, I check in on Cal.
Okay. Yeah, you go to the door. Do you knock? What?
Oh, I thought you said you knock. I was like, okay, yes, I
No,
knock.
no, I was like, okay. I was asking, do you knock or like do you rush in?
No, I just knock.
Okay, there is no response from this one.
Okay. Since I don't really know the party that well yet, I don't like force my way in. I just go back to my room, I guess.
Okay. Cool. Cal, as you are asleep right now, you feel like you're being jostled awake. You are in the middle of like it looks almost like a desert. Like you are just in the sand. It's just a hot sun above you. You feel burning up. You feel like your body is like overheating almost. Like you're losing moisture. Kind of like get up, and all of the sand in your fur kind of like some of it's still caught in there. You turn into like maracas and just
Take it all out.
You're looking around. You look at your hide, and that's when you notice the speckled look.
It's almost gone.
I'm like, huh, maybe that's a good thing. You start to look around, and you're like kind of on like the side of a dune. What do you do?
There's nothing around me, just flat desert.
It's not flat. You're like on a dune.
Okay. I'll get up to the top of the dune.
Okay. Hooves, it's kind of hard to do, but you got it.
Yeah.
And you kind of like clamber your way up, and you see at the very center of this like oasis, you see, or at the desert, you see an oasis at the center. Yeah, good
I
job.
see a desert in the middle of the oasis.
Yep.
Yeah.
Little tiny one. But you see there is an oasis at the center of it, and it what looks like a gazebo.
How far is it?
Probably about 200 feet.
Straight. You said it's hot.
You very
Can I turn down the brightness a bit?
sure.
Do I roll for that? Or?
Yes, you do.
Okay. D20 first?
D100.
Okay.
You gotta see
just
how much control.
Okay. We used to do power first.
Or
77.
77. You kind of shield the light from hitting you. You don't dim everything around you, but kind of create this like shell around you almost that kind of dims the light from hitting you as hard.
Yeah.
Makes it a little nicer.
No, I'll go over there.
Trudge through this until you're now walking into the middle of this oasis, and you see an enormous gazebo. Kind of have to push through some bushes and then go around some palm trees. You see that there's some birds that are like flying through there. And you see sitting at the table, there is 3 chairs. And and you see in one of the chairs, you see Calamitous. In another
chair.
In another one, in another one, you see the Shard of Fieldar.
What shape is Calamitous in?
Calamitous is in his standard shape, the shape that you normally see him
Okay.
in, not in the Eldritch one. There's an empty seat for you.
He's kind of used to it at this point, so he doesn't really make a big thing out of it.
Just
He
walks over,
goes
sits in it.
sits down.
And there's, as you sit down, a teacup appears just magically in front of you. There's little pastries in the center, little teacup as well, or a tea kettle.
Would this be a wisdom check? I just want to know where I am. Because this isn't my...
This would be a survival check.
Survival check, okay. Wow. Oh, I have a -2. 15.
No idea.
Okay.
You've never been here before. You don't even know why there's so much
So this
sand.
is real. That's what I'm trying to see. Is this like how I usually meet them in like that little throne area?
No,
But it's like
it's different.
okay.
You normally meet him in that throne area with the ripples of water, or very stillness, or hardly any light or reality. If this feels real,
I'll take a sip.
it's not okay.
That's the face I make. Huh.
Why are we here?
Why are we here?
You must have called us here.
No, I just expended all my power at the moment.
And you hear,
My master did not call you here.
and you immediately hear the shifting. And you look behind you and you see Tyrael, the black quartz sphinx, just staring down onto the gazebo. The wings.
I do not know why everyone is here adjourned. But I
Is
know
this like Tyrael's domain, maybe? I'll ask him. Is this your domain?
I seem to have some part in this. But ultimately I have no control.
Hmm.
I think this is a shared domain of all of us.
Yeah, it seems something happened that made us all connect more.
He kind of leans forward.
What's under the hood? I want to see the god.
I am not a god. No. Merely a shard, in essence, of a once powerful god. One that lives in the shadows and always has. I am not a god that you want to try to unseat, good sir. Just,
You are a god nonetheless. If you do not hold your purpose, you will have a new purpose given to you.
he's just like you. He speaks to me as if I'm nothing.
All of us are.
He's looking around and looks over to Calamitous.
Why are we here?
I did not call us here. It seems I just met you guys here.
He's looking around.
We're all in the domain together. Why am I interrupting something of yours?
Nothing of my doing.
What were you doing that you got sucked out of?
I don't know.
Hmm.
All I know is that you
And he looks at his wrist and you see a chain. He looks at his other wrist, another chain. He looks over at Fieldar, who also sees the chains. And then you hear a large chain, a collar around Tyrael. And you look at yours and also chains, all linking together. And to this moment you look up and there is no pastries or teapot left. There is a sword and there is a hammer in the center of the table. That is it.
Like the chains are connected to them, or
The chains are connected to it looks like they all like condense into like one central point, and then next to that there is a hammer and then a sword, both beautifully intricately made, kind of like gold and like quartz almost in make, like that quartz white and kind of pearlescent.
I look over to the shard. What does this mean?
I don't know.
This is clearly Fieldar's work.
No, it's not.
He said this was a symbol, was the chain with a hammer on it.
These are not chains with a single. This is not a single chain connected to a hammer. These are chains connected together next to a hammer and a blade.
Fieldar said that he was warning me about the 22. Might this be it?
Maybe it's asking you to choose.
Me?
Why would I choose?
I'm just the body. Whenever I make a decision, it needs to be in mind, body, and spirit.
The decision is yours on this. And you see Calamitous go, decision's mine, and reaches for the blade and immediately just he vanishes. The chains fall.
I look at the shard.
You see him reach for the hammer and vanish. The chains fall away.
And I'll keep the chains.
They fell away and like fell to the ground, kind of like the bracelets and stuff. So you just reach around and pick up the chains.
Yeah.
Just chains.
No connection?
Nope.
Okay.
What do you do?
I don't know what to do. I'll sense more. I want to get more from this.
Make an insight check.
Oh, good thing I take a skill in insight. I have a 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Nice. What does it mean to judge? Does it mean to give rightful sentencing? Does it mean to kill? What does it mean? You have a hammer and you have a sword in front of you.
Do I?
That's what was on the table.
Mm-hmm. Well, the sword severs, and a hammer crushes. A hammer can be more non-lethal, whereas a sword is more lethal. Because there's multiple different types of judgments. That's what Cal thinks. Anything going on with Tyrion?
Also gone.
What was that insight check on?
The environment, what's going on in front of you, what it might mean.
What else do you want me to do here?
All that's left is you.
And the gazebo.
And the gazebo and the oasis around you in the desert, yes.
Yeah.
But the only other living entity here is really just you.
Can I do a sense, an aether sense?
Sure. What would that be, Hondo?
63.
Okay, D20.
12.
You sense out the oasis. Everything here is aether. Everything. From the air you're breathing, the ground you're standing on, the chair, the gazebo, the birds that are flying throughout the air in here, the plant life, the little bit of water throughout this oasis. Everything is Aether. Especially those two that are in front of you. The sword and the hammer. Strongest signatures of them all.
And they're gone?
They're still there. Those two objects are there. They have never left.
Oh, I thought you said they disappeared when they were grabbed.
No.
Okay.
The ones who tried to grab them disappeared.
Oh, okay. I thought they disappeared. I'm like, what do you want me to do then?
No.
Okay. Then I'll... It's a sword, not a sickle?
Sword.
Okay, that would have been funny.
Mhm.
As I'll grab both of them.
You grab them both?
Yeah. Not this way.
Yes.
Yeah, the normal way.
Yes.
I'll pick them up.
They're immensely heavy.
Pick them up.
Okay, make me a strength check.
I will try to, because I'm assuming this is still field art, I'm going to try to move the chain from my arm to wrap around the handles of both of these on each arm.
There is nothing. No movement of those chains. These chains are not field art.
Oh. But I do have chains of field art on my body, right?
Hmm?
The scars that I summoned the chains
The
from?
scars are there, but no chains are emerging.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll just... try to pick them up then.
Okay.
What's the skill?
Strength.
Just strength?
Strength.
Not athletics?
Nope.
Okay. That's 16.
16. Not able to lift it either.
Okay, I'll try to just do the hammer.
The hammer? Okay. Go ahead and roll again.
Same, 16.
16. Not budging. As you as you let go of them both and would just grab that one, you felt almost like a judicial feeling, a feeling of just righteousness, kind of coursing through you, like that kind of a feeling. It was weird.
What do I feel when I grab the sword?
And then you grab the sword. Alone, you feel taking matters into your own hands, enacting justice, not judging justly, but acting in what you believe is your own justice.
So, these could just be things that are stuck in my soul, because I've made a pact, right? Because I can't pick them up. I can't use my Aether here?
No?
There's Aether all around me.
Mm-hmm.
Is it that I'm drained? Is that why I can't use my Aether here?
Nope.
Okay. But I was able to make it a little darker around me.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason for that?
Recon.
Okay. Okay. Then I'll just sit back down and wait for my next cup of tea. Does it come?
Never comes.
Oh, okay.
All that's there in front of you is those two.
Okay. Well, then I will stand again, I'll grab them both, and I'll just ponder on what they both mean to me.
Holding them both, pondering, trying to just think about this. What is justice to you? On one hand, it could be going out and killing something that should be dead, but has not been proven by a 100% without any reasonable doubt that is 100% the thing that needs to be destroyed. And then on the other hand, there is going before a jury, go before peers, being able to have difference of opinions but come together as one unity to judge, rather than taking all one person to judge, to enact what justice is.
I think Cal would honestly choose the sword. Just because if Calamitous wasn't in his heart, he would choose the hammer.
The hammer is justly with everyone. Communal justice.
But
The sword is individual justice.
But especially after talking to that guy from House Talia, he doesn't trust people to make just decisions since they're so brainwashed, in his opinion.
And you pick the hammer or the sword?
I pick my own justice. I pick the sword.
As you declare this outwards, you see the hammer crumble to ash, and the sword remain
Now can I pick up the sword?
with ease. It's a short sword, and it's beautiful. You're like, okay, cool. And it feels like it wants to leave your hand.
No.
You hold on tight.
Yeah.
You hold on tight and tight and tight and tighter, and it just keeps trying to slip out from your palm.
Can I use the chains now?
No.
Can I use Aether? I'll just keep holding on. I don't really
Okay.
have much options.
Yeah, go ahead. This is going to be competing.
Okay. Just strength again?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be 21.
You hold on. 19 for me.
Oh, nice. 16 for me.
Yep, you hold on, and not well, 19 total for me.
Oh.
You hold on, and it's just barely there. One more time. Let's see.
Okay. That one was 19.
Natural 20, 25.
Oh, dang it.
It just gone. You're like, what the heck?
Yeah, come on, man.
You see it rapidly approaching you.
Would this be an acrobatics check to catch it on the handle, or athletics?
Probably no, I would say that'd be sleight of hand
Okay.
to try not to get immediately destroyed by this thing.
That's gonna be a 15.
No.
Yeah.
And it just into the center of your chest, and you're like backing up, like that thing just killed me. What? And you see it. There is no scar. All that's left is a small mark of what looks like a blade. Like it looks like the symbol that was there now appeared on your chest.
Does that affect with my Aether tattoos? How we have the marks?
Mm-hmm. It looks like it's a convergence of them.
Okay.
You're like, nice.
Cool.
As you transition out from that, you wake up in your room and you're like kind of swaying almost. You're like, what is happening? And you look around, there is chains affixed all across the walls, all attached to you. Field art chains.
Oh, so these are like Aether chains or like divine chains?
It looks like just all around the walls, just like you're a cocoon.
So can
Just being
I?
suspended?
So I feel that it's divinity, right?
Mhm.
Can I feel the intent?
Uncertain.
I'm sensing uncertainty.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have the power to really to take them off?
As you're like starting to like be like, what's going on? You're like looking around, kind of blinking. All of the chains immediately shatter and vanish as you hit the ground. You're like suspended like 10 feet up.
Oh.
You look around and you're like,
Ooh.
like, what was that? And you're looking around and you're like, that's weird. You feel this weight on your chest now. down and you see that symbol that you saw in your dreams.
It's just a sword.
Just a sword.
Is it like, what kind of sword is it? Is it like a scimitar, a rapier?
Short sword.
Just a short sword.
Mhm.
So just a.
Simple short sword. No guard. It is just the handle, and it kind of crests outwards, and then the blade. Very simple. You're like, you touch it, as your hand releases, you see a chain as it turns into a pendant of the sword.
Do I sense aether or divinity from that pendant?
100% aether.
No divinity? Or
None.
is it interchangeable since they're both the same?
Could be. But you do not sense any of the natural divinity you're used to.
Okay. Do I sense an element or a manifestation?
Nope. Neither.
That's his first reaction to everything. He tries to figure it out.
For you, what are you doing in your room?
I was in such a trance listening to what was happening.
Yeah.
I guess I went back to my room at some point.
Mhm.
I hear the thud.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shoot.
Are
What's
you
that?
next door to me?
Yes.
You're a big old.
Okay.
You're a big old. Whatever you are. Big old thing.
What? What is it?
A big old whatever you are. It's a big old thing.
Well, darn.
A big old thing. No, I hear it and then I'm like, I don't know if anyone checked on him. I should probably go check on him. So I go
Okay.
check on him.
You go check on him, and you just hear him go, moo.
As I look up in a small door.
I didn't open the door.
Oh, okay.
I just went to your room. I haven't opened any doors.
Okay.
But I'm gonna knock.
Okay.
Doo, doo,
What do you want? Who is it?
doo. It's the girl with the bow. From earlier.
Oh,
With the bow down at the little trial thingy.
I don't remember seeing a girl with a cute bow on her head.
No, not that kind of bow. A bow and arrow. That you shoot, longbow.
Like a ring?
Like the one with an arrow, and you shoot at people.
Are you playing a trick on me, Ifan?
No, who's Ephon?
Oh my gosh. He's so good at this. I'm not gonna fall for it this time.
Okay. And then I'm just like, I just leave, I guess.
You leave, and then you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
The door's still open.
What door?
The door to your room. It's just she left it open.
She opened it?
I never opened
Oh,
it.
that's
I
right.
was
Yeah,
talking
she
through
did.
the door.
That's right.
He didn't want to open it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Cal.
Yeah?
Can I come in?
Who is this?
It's Ifan.
Yeah, right. Wait. You're the only changeling I know. What's up? I go open the door for him.
Hey.
Hey,
Yeah. I went down.
yeah?
They have a weight room. They have a weight room.
I haven't seen a weight room my whole life, now that I think about it.
So you go into a room, and then
Uh-huh.
apparently you just stand there.
Anyway.
You wait.
Oh. I thought you meant like,
Well, at the end of it, after the end of all the waiting, then you get food.
oh, do they have like weights?
Oh no, that's in another room.
They do have one of those. Though,
They
right?
do have one of those.
They have one of
They
those.
have one of those.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We'll go first thing tomorrow. I'm tired.
I'm hungry.
Well, you can go
Let's go get some food, Cal.
right now.